Hello, good evening, welcome along then. You've already seen the build-up show. We've got all the hype you could ever possibly want for the Jackocar Season 12 Championship 5. We're here, as you can see, in Mexico City, and I'm pretty sure I've been here all rest of the season. I want to make this clear for a start. I don't think I've ever managed this before, so for the 17th time this season, Owen White in the commentary box, well done me. And coming back from the dead, or maybe it was a bad news report, I don't know, maybe you're just fireproof, is Jacko for the last time as the boss. Excited? You seem excited.
I'm always excited, Owen. Good evening, everybody. It's championship night in Jackocar. Like, these are the best nights. We all love them. But yes, you are correct. I am back from dead. In what role, in what capacity, I do not know. But my voice is present, and I think that's all you need to accompany you for this evening. There are no driver comms. There are no analysis comms. It is you and I all the way to the end of the season now. So you are correct. You have been every single race. I'm one. So we nearly got, but not quite.
So close. But
So close.
as we say, next season you've got less responsibility, so maybe it'll be easier. But I guess we'll find out. So the way the Championship 5 works, as you might guess, there are 5 Championship contenders, and they are Casper Klein, Robin Border, Tony Kirkpatrick, Corey Dalton and Jake O'Sullivan. Robin qualified last week by winning the Championship 4 race. He didn't win the race, but he was basically the top driver of the chase drivers in contention for the last spot. He ended up finishing, I think, somewhat 4th or 5th. I think it was 4th in Monza, which I think was his best result of the season. So we had to basically pull out his best result to qualify for this race. The rest of them went through the traditional sort of playoffs route and were simply the 4 best drivers throughout, and that's how we get to our 5. You're going to see a more sort of hectic first half of this qualifying session, because we're going to be dedicating the second half of this session purely to the Championship 4, because Casper's not allowed to qualify. He's got a race ban, or not a race ban, a quali ban. We don't know why. But I'm not the one who gave the penalty. I was going to find out for you, wasn't I? We don't know why. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, so you'll see laps from Robin, Tony, Corey and Jake, but you won't see one from Casper, so he'll be already on the back foot as he looks for his first championship. We're watching...
Oh! I've found it. Sorry to interrupt, Owen. That's the first one this evening. Tony's footage shows Casper going in AI mode for a prolonged period of time. Casper owned up to the incident, however the rulebook states that footage will be provided even when you are reported. So it gave him a race ban, which he served in Monza, and then a qualifying ban for the next race he attends, which just so happens to be Championship 5 in Mexico. Out comes OKK.
It's a bit evil, that, isn't it, from Tony? But that's what you got to do to win.
The last qualifying ban that we issued for a Championship 5 race was Corey Dalton in Season 6. He finished that race P2 on the night, and he lost the championship to Kieran Beers. So if Casper finishes second to one of the other 4, then history repeats itself once again. Yeah.
Kieran, who I think was watching the pre-race ceremonies, so he's probably here as well. And that means his championship's now firmly in the first half of Jackocar's history, which is quite a weird thing to think about. But yeah, he was a big fan of the new friend of the league, Sydney Sweeney. How many adverts did she have in the end in there?
Was it 5 or possibly 6?
I didn't realise I didn't realise she'd done so many.
Neither had I.
Yeah,
but
clearly very marketable.
Good,
just a shame she's a bit of a knob.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you do about that?
And it doesn't matter what you are when you look like that.
Well, exactly, and that shows because she took up half of the bloody run time. So yeah, add her to the long list of friends of the league, I think. As we see the first lap time completed from Sully, who so nearly won last week. All he had to do was not go off in a straight line. Easy, but he did it. Along with Ben Harrett, they got distracted. They were fighting for the lead, which in itself is a weird sort of thing to say, but that's their situation. It ended up costing them both victory, and it gave Ben Shaw, who's out on intermediate tyres just for the fun of it, I guess. He's obviously not able to qualify because he won the race last time, breaking the duck of 59 races. He'll be looking for the back-to-back as he once again runs different colours. Is this him soft launching his Jackocar ownership? Is he going to be keeping the orange colour scheme? Very much looks like it to me. It's a nice livery, that.
Let's have a look, as I've got an awful camera angle. Here it is. White and orange. Is that a bit of gold on there representing his Season 8 championship? No, it's just my eyesight, Owen. It's almost McLaren-like, isn't it? But I quite like that for Mr. Shaw. And it was last week as well. He ran slightly different colours.
He ran red, yeah.
So it's just maybe, I don't know, maybe he's changed his diet.
Let's see what...
bit more spice.
Let's see what Garrett's running this week. He's still in his usual colours, isn't he? Which, it's only occurred to me, okay, yes, the main livery's normally black, but he's got little bits of red and green on there. Maybe just trying to sort of manifest some success here in Mexico. He's not in the championship, so he can't get knocked out here at least. He got knocked out in the last lap in Monza. It was quite tragic. Johannes was blocking him, and then he cut a corner, and that screwed him over, which is why the username is very much aimed at Johannes. So that's the concept behind that one. But yeah, the other co-owner of the league for next season, so I'm sure he'll have plenty of weird and wacky ideas, but actually no one cares. It's not his time yet. We'll worry about that next year, I think. Leroy's gone to third place for watching Johannes.
Can you believe it's going to take 2 of them to replace me? That's how good of a job I've done over these years. I just wanted to point that out, by the way, because no one else will say it.
Yep. Correct.
Okay, never mind. I'll take the awkward silence as
listen, we've had 208, 9, how many races it's been to deal with this. We know. Goodness sake. We are we're approaching the latter stages of the first half of qualifying, so anyone who wants to set another lap must start it with 9 minutes to go or more. If you are under 9 minutes, you're jumping the start and taking the drive-through penalty on lap 1. The drivers should know that by now, but that doesn't stop them always breaking the... Someone always does it every week. Including, I think, Wes last week, who just didn't bother taking his penalty, which is nice. But, yeah, hopefully everyone just behaves this week. And just keeping an eye on Baz's livery. He's sort of just copied Corey, hasn't he? Which I'm not going to complain about, because Corey's livery is quite nice, as I keep going on about. But I'm wondering if we're going to be looking at 2 very similar looking cars tonight, which really, with the way our league works, is the last thing you'd expect. It's a bit of a deeper yellow, in fairness, but yeah, just keeping an eye on this. Maybe it'll bring him some more pace as he comes around the final corner. Johanna is currently fastest. This will go 6th.
Maybe Bazza is a secret Corey fan, and it does lead me on nicely to who do you want to win the championship? And of course, the question on who do you think will come after.
Yeah. The thing is, I keep sort of going back and forth on this, because I'll probably have a completely different answer now to what I would have done last week. I want Corey to win it, because for goodness sake, he's never won anything. The poor bloke. He's been here for so long, and in ILR as well. He's never won, I don't think. So it's got to happen at some point, hasn't it? So I want him to win. I think that'll be the best sort of general result. Just because I don't think anyone will. Yeah, for the league, that's a great result. But the follow-up question, which we know what the follow-up question is, I think it'll be Tony. Mainly because I've been backing him the whole season as watch out for him, and now he's made it to the Championship 5. He's been comfortably sort of, I think, the best driver of the second half of the season. Got to back the man on form. So I want it to be Corey, but I think it'll be Tony. What do you think?
I'll tell you a little story, right? I've not had time to make individual champion graphics.
That's risky.
So I have made one, and I've pre-entered the information as Corey as champion. Okay, mainly because that's who I want to win it. So yeah, normally I'm much more prepared, and I have an individual graphic for each of the Championship 5 drivers, even in this case Robin Border. But who do I think? Casper has been the man all season, but here tonight on this day, in the last race of the Jacko era, I can't see past Tony Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, I think, yeah. In fairness though, I mean, how many times we gone to predict things and then we get it completely wrong? That's one of the joys of the league.
All it needs is like a Corey disconnection, Jake and Casper to have a crash, Tony gets a 10-second penalty, late safety car, and Robin Border's there.
That's the thing. I do feel like maybe we're a bit mean to Robin by slightly discounting him, but on balance, he's effectively got no chance, has he? Unless, sadly, all that happened. I think he knows that as well, but maybe being someone that no one's really paying attention to will play in his favour.
Maybe. Although Chase winners have won it before, Jake O'Sullivan, Season 5. Anyway, Casper Klein to track.
Yes, Pete Knight has set the pace, so he'll be getting a top 5 start regardless of what happens here. Unless someone else, I suppose, around him improves, but I don't think anyone else is on a lap at the moment as Jamie Griffiths is reversing through the middle sector, so I don't think that's going particularly well for him. So, Okeke is on a lap, but it's invalid. It's fine though, because he started late anyway, so you're lucky. You're lucky you can validate that, so feel free to finish it, but, you know, it's not going to count. So yes, Casper still running basically the livery that I thought it'd be great if Corey ran, which is basically one of Lewis Hamilton's white helmets from this season, but he's wee bits of gold on there. I just love this livery template. It's probably the least interesting livery template of the whole game because you can only affect 2 colours on it, but it just looks great no matter what you do to it.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Look at it on board as well. Just very, just very nice. Big fan of it.
It's very full, isn't it? Like there's a lot going on.
It's exactly what we were hoping for when they put these livery templates into the game, and thank goodness people are doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But sadly, we won't get to see a lap time from him. And unless something goes really wrong for Tony, he'll be starting last place, even behind Wace, who showed up about 5 minutes ago, and the bloke never even got out to do a lap. So, you know, when your luck's not in, it's just not in. But, oh well, the only way is up from last, isn't it? As Robin comes out, running his usual colours, the deep green, the British racing green. It's not British though, is he? Is he not?
German.
Yes. Why is he running British racing green? And never asked him that before.
That's a great question. I don't know if you noticed the song choice in the build-up for Robin.
I didn't actually. I had to reload my thing. I caught Jake's, and then we went to, I think, was it Adele we went to, and I just turned it off at that point and tuned back in for the car exploding.
The thing is, you needed to watch from Adele onwards to, like... Cause
I know, but you played the end of the song. You played the end of the song anyway, do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm not anyway. Sorry, I sound like I'm devaluing the production.
You are. And it's a good job I didn't make it, because I made the last one, the Portugal holiday. Anyway, here comes Robin Border on his qualifying lap. Owen White, take us around this Mexico circuit. Turn 1.
I'll try to be more informative than Danica Patrick was. If anyone's seen her comments on this track. It's a slow corner, it's a fast corner. Those were difficult corners. The curbs in 1, 2 and 3, you've got to be really careful how you hit those, because if you get punted off wide, that's where you're going to get a lot of warnings, particularly on the exit of 3. 4 is, again, a good place for overtaking, but you've got to make sure you've got enough sort of angle to get into 5. I've never really known how to take these two, because do you want to go for the second apex, or do you want to just stick to the inside line? Again, great place for dive bombs. This is the burial site of Jamie Wright on the left there. It's the most memorable thing that's probably happened on this track. These S's, I've only just recently discovered, are actually nothing like the real S's. The angle of all of them are completely wrong. Which so you can tell this is an old track model, but the stadium section is correct, as Robin has a big moment coming through it, and that's not going to help his lap time at all. His rears are on fire. He's got no rear grip whatsoever. He's going to go 5th place, so it's a top 10 start. But I think even without those moments in the last sector, I don't think it was challenging Pete Knighton, who, I don't know when the last time Pete Knighton was on pole, but we might have to get those out. He's staying there in a minute. It's a good lap from him, but you would have thought Tony would be quicker. So let's see how he gets on in the Christmas livery, which he was glad I spotted, and apparently no one else did. But of course that's a Christmas livery. Unless he was taking the mick, I don't know. But I don't know what else it could be.
Well, Owen, records don't go as far back as the last time Pete Knighton was on pole, so I don't have that one for you. Meanwhile, the most recent pole position that we've ever had last week was accrued by this man, Tony Kirkpatrick, number 12 of his career, and chasing what would be race win number... I'm stalling because I don't have it available. Race win number 6. Tony, of course, new to us last season as a reserve, filled in full-time, didn't quite make it to Championship 5, and now this season he's come back, he's done it again, and he's going to give himself probably the best shot at it. He is, as Owen said earlier, the fastest man in the second half of the season, and he would dearly love a Jackocar Championship to join the likes of Jake O'Sullivan, Khalifa Ben Shaw. He goes P1 by 9/10 of a second. Have some of that then, Jake O'Sullivan and Corey Dalton. What have you got?
I will say as well, obviously he's new to this league as Tony, but he's not new to us because he was pretty much there with Corey, wasn't he? At the very start of everything. So, and he was always always pretty fast back in Cliffy. Was that what he used to go by?
Yeah.
So, you know,
but of course,
again, an old-timer in the RLR1 days with Corey Dalton. So is it any surprise to see them still at the top now?
A totally different beast, though, isn't it, is Jackocar. Anyway, here is Corey Dalton. 18 race wins to his name. No championships. The closest he come, Miami, Season 6.
So, small livery change. The red is green this week. So it might make it a little bit easier to tell them apart from Baza. Again, the yellow is a little bit lighter, but yeah, it's just pretty much the same Corey livery that we know and love. And let's see if it brings him any luck tonight. And as we say, in Championship 5's gone, even in regular seasons gone, he just never seems to have luck. So I think it'll be a dry race. No one's mentioned any rain or anything like that. That's sort of what got him last time. He couldn't quite get ahead of Kieran, despite looking really good at the end of the last Championship 5. He had to make a load of positions in the last 2 laps, and it just wasn't enough time. And it's probably the closest someone's got to a Championship 5 without winning it, really, because anyone else who's been close has then eventually won one. So, yeah, I think this is a big night for Corey Dalton. But I feel like we don't want to big him up too much, just in case it goes wrong again. But
just in case.
But the lap looks like it's gone decent. So let's see what the time says. I mean, Tony's lap time was pretty quick, but Corey's looking close. But I mean, it's half a second. I mean, Tony, that lap was just stupidly fast.
The thing is, Owen, do you really want to be on pole position here? We've seen it in real F1 in the past, where they're out-dragged to turn 1. Corey will be in the mix with Tony, as will Pete Knighton and Johannes, but it leaves us with Jake O'Sullivan then, the 3-time champion. He is the only former champion of the 5 Championship 5 drivers this evening, would you believe? Of course, Season 5, Season 7 and Season 10 is when Jake was successful. 26 race wins, more than anybody else. He is 3rd all-time in Cup Series points, and he would dearly love to make it 4. In my tenure as the owner, we have never had a back-to-back champion. Jake was the man who really put that at risk for a handful of seasons. Thankfully, he never did it, and if he goes on to win tonight, he will probably be considered the best Jackocar driver of the Jacko era. But can he get anywhere near Tony Kirkpatrick's time? It's a stunner, a 14.8. Corey some 6/10 behind, but through the S's goes Jake O'Sullivan. 24 pole positions, puts him 4th all-time in that category, behind Khalifa, Arnoud and Ben Shaw. And into the stadium section then. The last qualifying lap of the Jacko era. I'm making a big deal of it because I am biased. But anyway, final corner. Jake O'Sullivan to the line. Where's it going to go? He's kept it clean. It's P1! Wow!
What a lap! I tell you what. He didn't win the race last week, but he did cross the line first. Is Jake O'Sullivan doing that old trick again where he just shows up at the right time? What a lap! I can't believe he's done that. We haven't seen this version of Jake O'Sullivan at all this season, it feels like. And there he is. He sticks it on pole by less than a tenth of a second. He and Tony, way ahead of the rest. Corey and Pete, that's a fantastic row 2. Johannes and Ben, an even better row 3. Risky and Robin, Leroy, Gareth, what a top 10 that is.
Oh, that's stunning. Oh, championship night once again delivering. Jake O'Sullivan, pole position number 25. And maybe his most important. I mean, he's a 3-time champion. Take your pick of when the most important was, but that was a big one. That was a big one. Fantastic stuff from the man from Stansted.
A championship win tonight puts him as a driver who's won 1/3 of all of Jackocar's championships. Obviously, there was one point in time where Jimmy Wright had half, but that was only after 4 seasons. After 12 seasons, you have 4 of them. That would be just a stupidly good stat. No, I don't think anyone would ever be able to match that if he can do that tonight. But I don't think we want him to.
Do you know what, Owen?
I don't think we want him to be honest. But it'd be great if he did, for his own stat.
If he wins it, not only would he be the best Jackocar driver we've ever had, he'd be considered as one of the greatest in all of esports ever. You know how hard it is to win a Jackocar title. No one's ever done it back to back, as I was saying on his hot lap there. And what makes him even more difficult to win is, other than the first 2 seasons of the Cup Series and I think it was the last one of the Kia Series, to win the championship, you have had to win the race. That's how hard these races are. You can't just turn up and think, oh, obviously no points involved, first across the line. You can't just be anywhere. You've got to beat your rivals, and that is normally beating them to the checkered flag.
And I want to say as well, actually, I think I had a bit of a moan post-race last week about us being here in Mexico, but one thing that I didn't take into account is that on this game, the tyre wear is utterly brutal. And on this track in particular, you're going to be having a horrible time, because those S's are just the worst. 10 laps on a set of mediums, and that's probably about it. So we're going to be seeing a pretty tight 2-stopper. I think actually, it's a good thing our Joker system, we don't have to worry about it this week, because I don't think it's physically possible to do a 1-stop around here. So, we could even see 3 stops from some people if the tyres really don't work. 36 laps around here is a long time. And, I'll be curious to see if anyone's brought 2 sets of hards into this race, just to give them a little bit of a chance, because, it's not even the fact that the tyres wear down, it's the fact that they overheat. And when you overheat the tyres, you can't cool them down. It's not like real life F1 where they'll cool down by 30 degrees on the main straight. That doesn't happen on this game. They'll go up to about 110, 115, and once you're at that point, you're not getting them back. So, and that it'll happen all the way through the S's. This whole section is traction limited, especially because this corner here is flat, where in real life you brake for it. So you don't even get a chance there in the middle of the S's to sort of cool the tyres down. This is going to be a proper challenge. Luckily, this is one track that they knew they were going to be racing at, so hopefully they've done some practice and will know what strategies they're going to do. But if they don't, they're going to be in for a world of pain. And I think we could well see some safety cars from that as well.
Yep, spot on, Owen. 6,597 Cup Series laps have been completed, with 86 drivers being a part of that. This is race number 209 of Jacko's Cup Series, and it'll be the 12th championship that we get to decide here on yet another Thursday night. Jake O'Sullivan will lead the field away from Tony Kirkpatrick. Corey Dalton is the third of the C5 in there. Pete Knighton sticking his nose in where he shouldn't maybe. Johannes, Ben Harrett, Sullivan Lewis, unlucky for him to not be here. Robin Border, the 4th man of interest. Leroy and Gareth complete the top 10. Then there's Bazza, Jamie Griffiths, Mike Kelterborn, Yuri Hazelager, Michael Okeke, who won the very first race, Ben Shaw, Waze Cooper, and Casper Klein, the final C5 driver. To everyone that's raced under me, thank you very much. But Owen Wyatt, I think it's time, once Casper lines up, for you to say Some famous little words, as you have done for 6 years now.
A lot of mind games going on there with Casper. He had a lot of people just parked in his grid slot waiting for him to show up at the back of the grid. He's got a big task on his hands. We've got the longest run to turn 1 all season. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing for a championship. And a launch off the line from Jake. But the toad everyone's going to get on him will be difficult to defend. Elsewhere, there's a lot of side-by-side. I think this has gone very well for Jake. And Corey's been sort of swallowed up a little bit. I think he'll be happy enough just to sort of tuck in there with Ben Harrett on his outside, who we know never backs down. He gets the position, goes wide off the track though, and I think Corey will be up to third. Pete Knighton's dropped a little bit. He's down in 6th place there, and keeping an eye on Casper. I think he's actually deliberately not got off the line very well. You can see he's way detached at the back of the pack. He doesn't want to have any
weight
problems.
Damage.
And that is Corey's wing that's come off with contact with Ben Harrett. And we've got another incident towards the back as well. That's Leroy going for a spin. Hopefully Casper doesn't get involved in that. He's now caught right up to the pack. So I think Baz has lost his whole front wing in there. We're kind of lucky we haven't had a safety car. And Ben Shaw's gone off as well. Also, it's going on towards the back of the pack. And it's still going. Casper now up into 15th place. Corey still fighting with Ben Harrett. It's such an unnecessary fight to have because we're going to get safety cars and incidents, but you don't want to be that incident. And he's caused so much problems on this lap, has Ben Harrett, to Corey Dalton, and he's had no grip whatsoever for the S section or the stadium. So is he going to get mugged down towards turn 1 here? A lot could happen, Jacko.
Yeah, absolutely. What a wild opening lap there, especially for Corey. But first of all, what on earth is Ben Harrett doing up there? He's been slow all season, and now he wants to play a role in the championship decider here. He runs P4, Johannes P5, Corey holds on to third, and Jake leads after lap 1 and into lap 2. Casper up to P14 as Bazza pits at the end of lap 1. Last week's race winner Ben Shaw all the way down to P17 after that spin.
And this is a moment here for Corey to just keep his head, because it's very easy when you get lap 1 wing damage to sort of, I suppose, sort of think of it as the end already. Because, I mean, he's 3 seconds off the lead. It's all going a bit wrong. But one safety car gets you back into it. 2 mandatory stops you've got to make today.
Oh.
Plenty can happen. But I tell you what, speaking of the front, looks to me like Tony's pretty comfortable where he is at the moment. I mean, he's got a pretty long DRS zone coming up. He's already had one on this lap. Could he be straight past Jake, do you reckon, next time round, as they have more fighting with Ben Harrett? He's having a go at everyone today. And this time it's Johannes who very nearly hits the back of Corey as he gets through at the stadium section. Nice move. Another yellow flag, this time again for Ben Shaw. Has he got floor damage perhaps? Something's not right with the car. Maybe rear wing damage, as Tony's had a horrendous final sector. He does get the DRS, but he's not going to get the move done. The gap, though, nearly 5 seconds between him and Corey. And look at the train he's got behind him. This is difficult for him. And he's moving to the right-hand side. That was a very aggressive move. He's done this before, season 5, where he fought desperately to stop Kieran from winning his first race. He's not been able to keep Johannes behind, and he's down into 4th place. He's being swallowed up by the pack here at the moment, and there's really nothing he can do about it, unfortunately. Casper now into 12th place, by the way, so he'll be on the back of this soon, as Corey holds on. Robin, by the way, he's right behind Casper. I think he'd be pretty happy just to follow him round as Casper looks on the inside there of Yori. That's an aggressive move on a man he also has front wing damage. I suppose you want to get past this car as soon as possible. He's not been able to do it though, and that's going to keep him from catching up.
Oh, spinner!
Who's that?
It's okay, Kate. It's okay, Kate.
And Corey, Corey's got a penalty now as well. This is now starting to go quite badly wrong. And again, he's not shaking his pack off. I wonder if he just goes for the early pit stop. I mean, he's got to do something. And look at that up the inside, risky on one of the dirtiest drivers in the league, apparently, in Jamie Griffiths, and certainly giving him plenty of sideboard contact. Corey's keeping on going. This is just letting the top 2 get away. Johannes is in a world of his own, but as far as championship contention is going, it's looking very, very good if you're Jake and Tony, because at the minute it's a two horse fight.
Okay, I got 3 things for you. Pete Knighton and Ben Harrett have just
Pete
made contact.
That could be a safety car. The whole front wing's come off there.
Yeah. Before that happened, Owen, I was going to tell you that I've never seen anybody defend and attack at the same time. Ben Harrett in a sandwich on that previous lap, and also the lap before that. Tony Kirkpatrick taking a lot of faith in the track limits of Codemasters here at Mexico. I'm surprised he didn't pick up a warning. Maybe that's why he's backed off, or maybe Jake is just absolutely rapid and wants a 4th title.
So what's actually? I can get gap to leader on rather than yeah. Look at that, nearly 12 seconds. Corey now behind Jake, and it's so rare to say. Oh, who's gone off? Someone's had an issue there, or is that a lapped car? Something's gone wrong there. Is that
Yori?
Is it Yori?
Letting Robin go.
Right. So I was a bit confused there. I just saw a white dot going very slowly, but yeah, I was going to make a point on the fact that we saw Pete Knighton hit the wall, whole front wing came off, same as Bazza. Oh, and Corey. Big moment. I thought he might be making a late move to pit. He just had a half spin and has come back onto the track. The wheels are falling off. And like I say,
again, Owen,
we're getting no safety cars. We saw a whole front wing come off for both Bazza and for Pete, and no safety car for it. How rare is that on this game? So, you know, Corey's not really getting any breaks here.
But he has to think it's still only lap 5. The
Casper's
worst news
ahead
for
of him
him
though
is
now.
he's back with Ben Harrett. Yeah, the championship 5. Oh, they're in the top 11. Robin was re-overtaken by Yori as they're battling away into turn 4 and 5 here. Unbelievable behind Corey Dalton here. Make up your mind, boys. Which way do you want to go? Jake O'Sullivan, well happy up front. 1.7 the gap.
Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, no! This is not what you want to do. Ah. Well, it's a shame. That's a shame. We got our safety car. But that's never the way you want to see a championship end for a driver. But we said it, you don't want to lose your head. And sadly for Corey, he's lost his head in probably the biggest way we've ever seen in Jackocar. That's a first. In 209 races, Jetto, that's a first. As we now lose Johannes as well, who's left the session. Surely he'll be able to come back. He'll be able to come back soon, I would have thought. But yeah, top 2, again, they don't really care about winning the race. They're just looking to fight each other, aren't they? But I wonder if Casper, yeah, he will come in as well. Robin, yeah, most people are pitting. I think it's just because Johannes AI has, not pitted. Risky's the only one to actually stay out. And Wes and Leroy.
Yeah, so Jake there, still race leader. I don't think we've ever seen that in the Cup Series. I'm sure we had something similar. We had season 1 or 2 of the Kia Series. Was it Connor or Mike?
I do recall something like that happening. We've had deliberate accidents here because we had the Estonian, I forget the Estonian driver, the fellow 15, SD Match, yeah. And this corner here I'm looking at where Leroy's coming through, he binned it there and got a free race ban. He was in for a championship run that season and he was our first ever chase winner, as in win a race while in the chase. But we saw that coming though from Corey, because he just slowed it down coming out of the double right-hander, and yeah,
his head was not in it there.
I can't help but feel disappointed, but I feel like we probably should just move on before we.
No, I'm happy to open the controversy, but let's go back to Texas in season 4. That's always a fan favourite.
Yeah, that was self-inflicted. It has to be said. That was calculated, quite well calculated. It's a shame he just didn't win it in the end. As Johannes does pit now, so maybe he's back. Yes, he is back. That's good.
Sorry, I'm just keeping up with the stats here as well. Sullivan, lap leader for lap 6. Of course, we had it in season 10 as well, right at the end. I can't actually remember what happened there. I know Jake won the title. I
think it was just a demolition derby. I think everyone just went for it. It's because Abu Dhabi has all those chicanes. It has all the chicanes, so they just every chicane just send it. So, and they did. It's still one of the only races in Jackocar where I think we were both just sort of stumbling over our words. We hadn't a clue what was going on, but someone won it in the end. It just happened to be Jake. So yeah. But anyway, let's just actually recap Casper's race then, because he started last, dead last. He's up to 6th. Take out Wes and Leroy, who haven't pitted, and he's right with the top 2 already. So what a start he has had, and what a way to win a championship this would be, from the back of the grid to the title.
Yeah, that is something we've never seen. We've seen race wins, haven't we, from the back of the grid, but never a championship. If only somebody had recorded the stat of who'd come from where on championship night.
It's a great
to win a title.
idea.
Why didn't I do that?
Well, you know what? That might be Gareth or Ben's first job.
Yeah.
Because that's
12 races.
not your area anymore.
No, this is it. It's not my problem now,
Yeah,
really.
I was going to say we might be in a bit of trouble next season when we want to start pulling stats up and we don't have them.
I'm officially dead.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, of course.
Rest in pieces. Literally.
Many. Now, we've
Lots.
got Johannes is in again because the game actually pitted him onto mediums, so that would suggest that he wasn't in the lobby in time to choose the hard, which is presumably what you want to be on at the moment. And that is what he's gone on to. OKK and Gareth are the only outliers here because they have pitted and they went for more mediums, maybe to try and do a stint on the hards at the end. But I do think it's a medium hard this race, as I discussed before about the tyre temperatures. Tyre wear you can deal with, but when the tyres hit, let's say, too high a temperature, you can't bring them back. The hards can withstand a higher temperature and they take longer to get there. So that's why you want to be on the hards. And that's why you see most of the field on them, which has very much been the way on this game. It's a very good game for hard compound tyres. A bit like real F1, actually. You never want to see the sauce. They're useless unless you've got a last sort of 2 or 3 laps safety car, which we saw last week. Will we see it again this week? There's plenty still to happen in this race. I'm expecting a safety car in this lap. I'm also expecting to see something from Gareth. I mean, he's put himself in a position here in the middle of the pack where he can do stuff on these mediums. And he'll believe it should have been him, right? He'll believe this should have been me. I'm in the championship. Let's see what would have happened. And honestly, I think he'll be racing this as if he was in the championship. Just to see.
Yeah, the trouble is if he then beats the championship 5,
Well,
that's going to hurt a little bit more, isn't it?
Well, I suppose, but then we know what he's like. Yeah, he loves a moral victory.
That does sound like Gareth to me.
Right, restart. Risky. In charge. And again, an even longer run down to turn 1 than we have from the grid. So you got to time this right. And it looks someone's off the track already. That's Wace and Leroy. We'll ignore those two because Tony is getting the toe off Jake, and his toe is a bit stronger than Jake's on Risky, and this might be a bit difficult. Tony's being put in a box here a little bit. Good defending from Jake, giving him just enough space, and Tony backs out of it. Very unlike Jackocar. There's a lot of chaos going on behind. I don't think it's involving Casper, but Robin's in and around that zone where he could get involved. You can see him there just sort of hanging back behind a very heavily damaged Jamie Griffiths. And let's just want to see if Tony goes for any moves. He doesn't. But yeah, look at this into turn 4, and Robin's being hit quite hard there by Leroy, and he's broke the front wing. That's a shame. So it's left-hand side damage. It's the same as what Corey had earlier on. Let's see if his management skills of this are any better. But he's he's still in the mid-pack. Ignore the safety car meshes on the screen, by the way. We've seen this before with this game. It's not actually a safety car. You'll know when it comes out because we'll announce it. As Jamie falls towards the back, let's say he had a lot of front wing damage, but this is still going on in the mid-pack. I tell you what, Ben Shaw was last for most of the early parts of this race, and he's had a great restart as Leroy gets put into the wall there by another one of the dirtiest drivers on the grid, and Mike Kelterborn, I think that was. So yeah, good stuff from last week's race winner. But look at this freeway scrap for the lead at the front, soon to become a 4-way because Casper's right there. And look at the weaving from the speed driver in Risky. He wants to help Tony out. He's going to give Tony the preferential outside line. It's a bit like Hackett and Schumacher. And right over on the outside goes Tony. Look at that for a move. Could that be a move for a championship? Will Jake O'Sullivan let this happen? This will continue down towards turn 4, and Casper now is surely going to get past Risky. He does get past Risky. The top 2 are still side by side, and it's going to be Jake overcooking it a little bit, and this gives Tony a better line. Casper's got the grandstand seats for this, but what brilliantly clean racing we're seeing. The top 3 in the championship are right by each other. Brilliant stuff.
Unbelievable, isn't it? And for a second I was thinking Mr. Lewis may wish to assist Mr. Kirkpatrick, and he did for a little bit, but Jake O'Sullivan has prevailed, but in their little battle, it has brought Casper Klein back to him, and within reach, 26 laps of a championship. It's a long way to go still, but we have the big three names of this season all together. Robin Border, unfortunately, way down the order. Corey Dalton out of this race, and as we come round to complete 10 laps, I was going to say lap 10, but 10 laps will do. Jake O'Sullivan leads the way from Tony and Casper.
By the way, I want to say with Risky there, that was perfect from him. He helped his teammate out. He did everything he wanted to do. As we lose OKK and we get another safety car. Watch these three don't hit each other. They don't, because also you get the
Casper
delta.
Nearly did.
And I was going to say, with the delta, everyone hits the brakes, don't they? And if you're a challenger driver, you're going to be extra sort of trigger happy on that to not get a speeding penalty. But yeah, Risky did absolutely everything perfectly. He didn't directly, mess anyone's day up. He gave his teammate the preferential outside line, but he broke early to let them have a legitimate fight into turn one, and then let Casper have a relatively easy go at it as well. So fair play to Risky there, I think.
Absolutely. Good driving. A man that deserved a lot more this season than what he's going to end up with. Eliminated a few weeks ago.
So I obviously, I know I mentioned his front wing damage, but right now Robin is net 5th. So the only non-Championship 5 contender in the net top 5 is Yuri, and we sort of suspect that Robin's quicker, so we could end up actually having the Championship 4 remaining being in the top 4 before long, which is always the ideal result, isn't it? And it's good to see, despite the damage, that Robin is still in the game. He's got a really big gap behind Baza in 12th. So he'll come out in 12th if he pits. I'm just wondering if Robin comes in and changes the front wing now.
Could be worth it, couldn't it? Let's see what he does here. In the stadium section, slows down for the Delta.
Yeah, so you've got to be so
Robin
careful with this. If I'm him, we're so early on, get that front wing changed, and I think that's the absolute right move.
The thing with Robin, he can't beat these guys on pace. Let's be fair and honest. Yeah. He has to do something different, and staying in the race is the number one thing in order to achieve that. So you may not expect him to win, but he could win, and as long as he's there in the picture at the end, it could well be the German's day, and we've never had a German win the Cup Series.
Now, the one thing this does do is this gives him now a bit of a tyre offset, and
Oh, he's hit the wall.
How has he done that? Okay, well, he's going to be back in then. I don't really know how he's done that. It's like his steering locked to the left there. I don't know if he didn't realise it was at the end of the pit lane. In again, and he'll maybe lose one more place. So actually, the point I was going to make is that with those hards, he would have been able to go a bit longer and maybe go for a medium for the last stint, but he's going to probably come back in and put the set of hards he already had back on. He's not going to catch the train, I don't think, on this lap. So that's a very bizarre mistake. I don't even know if it is a mistake. But yeah, okay, he'll come back in and basically have a new front wing and his tyres that he had earlier, and he'll maybe be 14th at worst. But he's got no penalties. It's all fine.
The point that I made as well is he is still in the race. That's important about this.
Yes.
So stay in the game, no matter how many mistakes or errors occur. But yeah, not ideal, but he is still in it. And the worst he can do is finish 4th this season in a field with names like Casper, Tony, Jake, Corey, Ben Shaw, Johannes, Pete Knight and Yuri. He's going to finish 4th.
Yeah, he's got
That's the way the point system works.
Yeah, and speaking of 4th, he nearly put it in the wall actually. Yuri running a lot of gold on the car, and it's bringing him a bit of success here. This is 4th on merit. No penalties. He is a speed driver. He can try and help his mates out if he's quick enough. Generally speaking, he's been quicker on sort of the older Gen F1 games. Obviously, he won in Silverstone last season, but he can come through with a result every now and then on the modern editions. So maybe this will be a day for him, as Robin will actually end up last. But who cares? I mean, as long as he gets to catch the back of the train, then he'll be okay. But obviously, he's half a lap behind We have seen sometimes the Jackocar will wait, but I hope for his sake on this occasion it does.
Excuse me,
I'm just saying then. So Leroy's on softs, and that's a deliberate choice. He's not gone back on that. He's going to stay on the softs, and he's going to presumably be quite aggressive on this restart. He was getting rocked about quite a lot on the restart. Like I say, I think it was Robin initially he had contact with, but then I think Mike Kelpern had him in the wall on the way into the stadium section. It might have been him, it might have been someone else. I was watching from the aerial view, it was hard to tell. But either way, he's been sort of bumped and barged out of the way a wee bit, so I wonder if he's feeling a tiny bit aggrieved, and if he might get a bit more aggressive on the restart. We will get one more lap of safety car, so that will allow Robin to catch up. And let's just make sure he's got the full complement of a front wing now. He does. So, okay, it was net P5. It's now 15th. It's not great, but it's not terrible. He's still in the race. And if he was good enough to be net P5 after 10 laps, he can probably make that back up.
Absolutely.
And
I assume you're on about Robin, because I was slightly distracted.
My nonsense about Leroy is nonsense. He's now finally gone to mediums. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Still better than anyone else's tyres, but it also gives Robin a position.
Yeah, and like I say, coming up to halfway now, Robin's still in the race. However, it is very much a race of Jake O'Sullivan at the minute. Tony has had glimpses, but nothing solid as yet. Jake does appear to be the faster driver, but now that Casper's not in heavy traffic, what influence will he have? And will he be aggressive? He can be, and we like it when he is. And he's trying to rue is that the right word? Trying to rue the ghosts of Season 8 and Season 10. Another Championship 5 visit. Owen's controller has disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened, really.
I think we're still live, but the safety car is in this lap.
You'd hope a controller going down doesn't take the whole stream down, but that'd be a very peculiar thing to happen. It is still up, isn't it?
Yes.
Since you're watching.
Oh, I am watching it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. That's how we get our viewers these days. He's actually got 4 or 5 other accounts as well, at least.
Make our own drama.
Where's Sydney anyway? Is she not going to be in here now after all those bloody endorsements?
She had to fly out after the ads.
I suppose she's got a film premiere tomorrow, I suppose, hasn't she? So.
I think she does, actually.
Well, you should. Well, you're the one who put it in the flipping adverts.
Anyway, nothing to do with me.
Anyway, we've gone racing again, and well, how many times is Tony gonna not take the chance? These two have been very clean with each other, but I do wonder if Tony's been maybe a tad sort of too lenient. Yeah, because he's getting opportunities here and he's not taking them yet. And we saw in the first stint that Jake was able to pull away. This might be different though now, because he's gonna have to look behind him as Tony, because Casper, he's got to get past 2, so he sort of has to get aggressive. And this second pit stop as well will be really interesting, because I'm not expecting them in on lap 18. I don't think the tyres will be any good. So...
Oh, Ben, sure. He's just shoulder barged Johannes out of the way. What a move that was for P5. Sorry to interrupt. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Still has a full column of his front wing as well. Fair enough. Keep at it. But yeah, I don't think we'll see people on 18, because I just don't think you want to do hards for half the race. Maybe you can do it, but I'm wondering if you're looking more sort of mid to early 20s for a pit stop. And since we had so much safety car, could we maybe get into the region of going for mediums? Again, someone will probably try it, but yeah, it's a difficult strategy around here. So I'll be really interested to see what happens. It's a lot more strung out, this restart, I must say, by the way. That's what risky not being there does.
Tony cannot get out of that final corner, and it ruins him for the run down to turn 1. Providing Jake can defend, Jake's okay. He's struggling.
If he'd had DRS there, he would have been through. It's so frustrating. He needs to be that close again, actually, because even though it wasn't his best run, it got him to within a quarter of a second.
Move for P4 here, Owen. Ben short.
And
Yuri Haselager.
He'd love to get involved as well, because again, if he hadn't missed China, and it wasn't his fault, was it, that he missed China? He would have been in the championship. He would have. I'm pretty sure he would have. And he's proving why at the moment. So there's a lot of sort of what if stories. Sully's another one. He could have won last week. He's had a lot of good chances this season, and they always seem to fall away from him. He's coming back through. P19's right behind him as well, absolutely. Baza was, what, 1.5 seconds away from making it into it this week. He's still there in the top 10. They're all ahead of Robin, who's sadly sat down in last place at the moment. But this is going to be interesting then for Tony. Let's see the run through the last corner. Yeah, he's so hesitant, isn't he, to get on the throttle. And he has a whole second nearly to catch up on the straight. And he'll drag Casper along with him. It's just... do you know what, actually? It will be enough. He's close enough. Oh, he's not going for it. Not brave enough.
If that was the final lap of the championship, you are going for it. You're not throwing away that opportunity.
Bit of a slide there for Jake out of 3, but he's saved his energy to use now. And they're pretty even, the top 2, on their energy deployment. But Jake, managing this well out front. Tony, I don't know. I guess it's still early days, really, isn't it? But at some point, you've got to go for it. I mean, you don't want to change your driving style for one race. That never sort of works. It's a bit, you know what I mean? It's like a striker randomly deciding to change how he plays football. Play left back or something. You got to stick to what you know, and this isn't really what we're used to seeing Tony doing. I just wonder if bringing the aggression back will help him. Oh, that's in the wall. That's a whole car in the wall. That's a safety car. That's Mike Kelterborn's front wing, and I mean, lap 17, not quite the pit stop window, but I mean, people will get a lap 18 pit stop chance. I doubt they'll take it, but the option's there.
And if all do take it, then it's going to put, I don't know, some particular names towards the front of the pack, isn't it? Your Gareth Halls, your Ways, your Sullivan Lewises, they're going to be there to annoy the Championship 5 drivers, the Championship 4 drivers as it is at this point.
Yeah, do excuse me, I'm having some of my Coke under the safety car break. My voice really is not doing well. What was your beverage, by the way? I heard you had a beverage earlier. What was your beverage?
This is an interesting one. It's not one you see in most places, but it's Oasis, so the summer fruits can, 330 millilitres, but so Red Bull shape. But how often do you see Oasis in a can of that shape? It's incredibly weird.
It's not like sparkling or anything. It's just bog standard, is it?
No. You know Oasis, just the one you can get from McDonald's.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be I thought maybe that's why they put it in a can to be different.
Well, no, it is just normal Oasis.
That's probably quite good, actually, out of a can. I prefer drinks out of a can. Yeah. Saying that, I've got a bottle of Coke, but let's not get bogged down by that.
I do like that you've gone for something acidic, which obviously, with a vocal injury that you're carrying, is probably not best advised.
I don't know. It's quite soothing, actually. It's gone a bit flat.
But I'm not a doctor.
No, you're certainly not.
No.
Mind you, the medical miracle you pulled off earlier on.
Oh, what? I said go on vocal rest. I forced Owen not to talk.
Do you know what I mean?
And his voice is fine.
Yeah, look at that.
I am a doctor.
Maybe you are a doctor. It was doctor's orders.
Pit stops.
Wow.
Casper stays out.
I tell you what, he thought about it, but I'm in agreement with Casper. I think it's too early. I think if you pit now, you're going to be really slow at the end. But will we get more safety cars? Probably yes. We've still got 2 more slots, so maybe they're thinking about that as well. Do they think they'll get another couple of chances to pit? You could probably say yes, actually, to that. But what if you don't? You look a bit silly, and people are going on to mediums. Jake O'Sullivan's gone on to mediums. That tells me he thinks there'll be one more safety car. I'm telling you now, if he gets those to the end, very worthy champion. But what's more interesting is Tony's he's jumped him.
So he has.
How's he done that?
I wondered why I couldn't find him just now.
Yeah, so not only has Tony jumped him, but I think he's on a better tyre for this. Even though I'm not entirely sure anyone's getting to the end on these tyres with anything resembling good tyres. But that's not the point. They've now also put themselves mid-pack, which is a risk in itself.
Yeah, Jake and Casper. Or Casper potentially gambling. Tony's the one who's played it safer, because even on the hards, with your pace, his pace I should say, he can still do something from there. He can go on to mediums, he can go on to softs. I don't know. I went halfway through this race, and we are still wondering who will be the Season 12 champion. Waze picks up a penalty in what will be his final outing. I can tell you now, Gareth Hall will not have him racing next season. I know the guy.
Well,
So
that's nice.
this is the Waze retirement run, the
Hold on,
testimonial,
he
whatever
did,
you want to call
he did
it.
say in his interview he quite enjoyed racing him, though, mainly because it gives him a punching bag.
And I will put in a good word
Yeah.
for Waze, but I think this is the end for all you Waze fans.
I'd say, right, if Waze gets to stay, that maybe let that be on the condition that Deck comes back full time.
Oh, amazing.
We enjoyed Canada
Imagine
quite a
that.
lot. That was superb. A whole season of that would be brilliant.
I tell you what, this postseason has been spectacular, hasn't it? No repeat winners in the last 6 races, which are the playoff races.
Well, no repeat winners at all.
Yeah,
With
like multiple race winners with her. No back-to-back.
oh,
winners,
no
you
back-to-back
mean.
winners, sorry. Yes, fair enough. I'm not listening to you. But no, that's an even better start then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got for you at this present time.
It's a good step to have. As we've had a couple more pit stops, I think, or at least we've had Johanna's definitely.
Oh!
Yes,
Sullivan nearly spinning under safety car.
and that's also something that Sully's now back in front of Tony, who he was quite happy to help out earlier on. He has a chance here alongside Yuri to play sort of rear gunner. But can they
And
play
Gareth.
rear? Can they afford to play? Can Risky afford to play rear gunner, or does he have to actually try and pass Casper? He's got better tyres than him.
Oh, did you just see that?
I did not just see that, but it sounded quite dramatic.
Yuri almost in the wall. Aggressive weaving. Safety car in this lap then. Casper Klein with a huge gap, but a pit stop deficit. The Championship 5 is still very much alive then. It's going to be 16 laps to go this time around. I know and why it's going to take you to green.
Regardless of what happens here, Casper has gone from last to first here, so it's a pretty damn good race so far for him. Can he convert it into a championship? He's gone late. Yuri,
What a
oh, they've
restart,
all
what a
had a
restart.
great start. It's a shocking start from Casper, and Yuri takes the lead. But look at it, it's 4 or 5 of them all going for this. What on earth are you doing, Casper? He's now staying clear to the outside, letting everything happen around him. I said, did one of the speed drivers have to get ahead? I was thinking Risky. It might be both Risky and Yuri who's already slowing them all down. And that is probably one of the worst restarts we've seen all season. Someone's front wing came off in the background as well. I can't tell whose it was yet, but look at Risky at the inside. There's contact. A lot of contact. He's hit his teammate as well. And there's more contact with Casper. This is going all over the place. Now look at Tony right on the back of this, and Casper throwing his car to the inside. More contact there with Tony and with Mike Kelterboard. Oh, it's getting very aggressive as we see a nearly repeat of Corey. And look at this.
What are they doing?
As off the road goes Casper. Will the game tell him to get the place back? It will. He's slowing down. Yuri's going to get away. He's leading his first lap to the season, surely. And Casper has let both his championship rivals through. Oh no! Jake's hit the back of Tony. His front wing's damaged. What a ridiculous lap.
Unbelievable scenes then. Yuri Hazelager is going to lead in Mexico, and Tony Kirkpatrick has been given a clear break to go and win the championship. Unbelievable as Owen catches his breath and has a sip of Coca-Cola. Not
Unbelievable.
sponsored, by the way.
Well, of course not. But, my goodness. What? What have I just seen on that lap? I don't think we've seen anything like that ever. That all started
Never.
with Casper having the worst safety car restart he could possibly have managed. Yuri probably having the best. He's not going to lose the race lead, but you know what? He's done his job. I say that actually. He's sort of he's given his teammate the room to get through, and Jake, he's now going to block him off, and that's more damage. Oh, dude, he's lost both sides of his front wing now as Jake. And it's all just fallen into place for Tony here. He's on the tyres, he's on the right tyres, he's got his full front wing. It's all gone in his favour. He just has to get it home now. Easier said than done.
Always.
Where's
Can't
Robin?
believe that, can you?
Robin's at the back still. He's now got a penalty as well, so his chances are, if they were slim already, they're now really quite low. But he's still giving it some alongside Bazit. his direct rival last week to get into this race. He'd like to beat him at least, although he is racing someone with front wing damage in fairness, but let's not get bogged down by that. Wace is off the road, he's got Pete crashing into him. What's new there? No damage there though. Obviously we're on the lookout for more safety car opportunities. And, oh, look at that. Oh, no, that is a safety car. This could get really bad. Oh, my goodness me. That could have been a plane crash. I'm surprised it wasn't, actually, to be honest. But we've lost Wace, we've lost Pete. And Robin's got a 10-second penalty for colliding with them, which is a bit unfair, isn't it? But, I mean, that was about as bad as... well, no, what Corey did was... What's with everyone today? It's like last day of school vibes, isn't it?
It's always these championship races. Temperatures are at their highest.
This is
Waze Cuba out.
This is Casper's opportunity here, by the way, to make his pit stop, along with the likes of Yuri, Risky. Mike already has made his, but again, a bit like Casper, he's not, or not Casper, a bit like Jake. I don't know if he's got the tyres to get to the end. These safety cars help. But, yeah, Mike...
But we're running out of them, Owen.
Well, we've got one more after this, I think. So, yeah, we are starting to get towards the limit of what we can have here. But, yeah, Mike, he'll be a factor here on the restart again. And it's nice to see. We haven't really seen him this high for a long time. But he's there on merit. He's done everything right today so far. And Casper, this gives him a chance to cool his head down. Because I think... when he had to let when he had to let Risky through, why did he then let his championship rivals through as well? Oh, we've got a crash. Risky's hit Yuri. Bit of an awkward one, that, but oh well. You're in the pits now, you can change the front one anyway, but yeah, it's a weird one, that. Casper just sort of, a momentary loss of concentration when he lets drivers through, and it's given his rivals direct trap position. But, well, he's got a chance now to get back into it, but it is now, sadly for him, oh no, Robin has pitted. I was going to say he's now last of the Championship 5 contenders. He's not, but...
I was just reading the chat here. Kieran Spears, the head loss in this race. It's crazy. It's reminiscent of Kieran in his youth.
I've seen nothing like this, though. I've seen nothing like this.
This is the type of race that Kieran would thrive on. He'd love it. Come back. It was one of those wacky races here, wasn't it, where he got his first win? This is the exact sort of thing. This is the exact sort of thing that, as you say, he thrives on. And yeah, it amazes me how people. It always happens. It just always happens. We never have a clean race. Something always happens. Apart from season 7, but we don't talk about that. Apart from season 7.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Horrible race.
It's shockingly bad race.
Yeah. Britain has its place as a very good track at round 4 or round 5, and it should not move from either of those places.
No, we've learnt our lesson on that one. But yeah, I'll tell you what though, Mexico. As you know, I had my. I was being quite cynical about it because I didn't like this place, but we've had a good race so far. Still 1/3 of it to go. I'm still not really any the wiser as to what's going to happen here because, Tony, I think he's sort of set now to go to the end. Everyone behind him has options. Do you know what I mean? If we get another safety car, he's been playing so safe today. What does he do? But we'll see. I think he's secure in the lead for now. Jake's got the damage. When does this actually become about... He doesn't need to win the race. Gareth can win the race. He doesn't need to win the race. He doesn't need to win the race. Just needs to beat Jake. And Jake's got half front wing.
Yeah.
And his other two rivals are at the back.
Jake is going to have to play somewhat dirty if he wants to, if he's deciding not to pit, which seems to be the mentality, he's going to have to, I don't like to say it, but knock a front end plate off of Tony. Just disrupt him enough. But then, Casper from P10, what can he do? Robin is, like I said earlier, still in the race. And if fisticuffs start to happen, Owen, Robin is in the box seat to win the championship. Because Casper, if he hasn't cooled his head, he is in the middle of the pack. And look at the drivers he's behind: Sullivan, Lewis, Leroy, and his brother Yuri, with only Gareth and Ben Shaw up the road. This championship with 11 laps to go is still going any which way. I would not want to call it. easy money would be on Tony, but it's never easy in Jackocar, not on championship night.
I just had a look at the chat, by the way. Dustin, who must be maybe engineering Robin, giving him a hand tonight, says that Robin's wheel disconnected. Remember when he crashed on the pit lane exit?
Yes.
Apparently that was a wheel disconnection. So yeah, it was a weird mistake to make because it wasn't a mistake. So yeah. Luckily his extra pit stop here. Is he going to make another one, do you think? Because I mean, he's holding the safety car up enough now, but I wouldn't want to be on 6 lap all hard if I'm at the back.
No, come on, Robin.
Get yourself some new mediums.
Dustin, tell him to pit.
Useless.
But you can't rule him out.
Yeah, well,
of course, it's not about winning the race. Remember that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Normally, you have to.
Yeah, that's the whole. That's what I'm saying about Tony. You know, this lot can let Mike win a race, or Ben win another race, or Johanna. You know, they don't really care. Or Yuri. I tell you what, actually, Yuri.
Oh,
Yuri's in a fantastic position. He's got the best tyres. He knows that there's 2 challenger rivals who are quite on edge. Go on.
Well, they will be. When Jake sends it down the inside of Tony, they will be. Yuri Haselager. I'm just going to... hold on, Owen. Let me just reel off some names here. So we're going to go down the order. So Mike Kelterborn hasn't won for 98 races. Ben Shaw obviously broke his 59 race winless streak last week. Gareth Hall, there's a big name for you. He hasn't won for 83 races. Who's next? Johannes won as recently as 8 weeks ago. Yuri Haselager, 32 weeks. Sullivan Lewis, 44 weeks. And Casper Klein, 2 weeks. So, some race or winless streaks to be broken here. And it feels like it's that kind of night.
Just on this grid, of the remaining who's actually not won a race? Is it only Robin?
Robin has not.
Is he the only one?
The order. Robin is the only one. He's of course won in the Kia Series, but never in Cup Series.
That's a good stat as well.
Let me get that for you very quickly, and I mean very quickly because I'm against the time. Robin Border has won 1 Cup Series race, and it was in the Kia Series. Not Cup Series. You know what I mean. Green flag!
Green flag, and it's a bad start from Mike Kelterborn. Great start from the front too. They shouldn't be under too much pressure, but I mean, you never know with Jackocar. Mike, he's sort of put himself on the inside now. It's not the place you really want to be, as Ben Shaw moves up into 3rd position, and also Gareth Hall having a look around outside. He's got the oldest tyres out there. He may not have much pace there, but he's going to give it a good fight anyway. Oh, and he's nearly he is into the side.
Half spin, he's not.
He's into the side of Johannes, and another thing falls for Yuri Haselager. That's 2 free positions. He will take that every day of the week. Oh my goodness, what a massive lockup from Leroy.
Edged out.
I thought that was it. I thought that was a massive T-bone accident, and here now comes Casper on Leroy. And he just saw that lock-up. He'll want to get ahead of this guy quite quickly, I would have thought, before he gets too detached on hard tyres, by the way. Interesting that that's what he went for at that pit stop. Maybe he didn't have any other tyres left. But, yeah, just interesting to point that out. But round the outside, are we going to see a move there for Johannes? He's going to do a wee cut back on Gareth Hall. That was very nice. What a move. Oh. Okay.
And contact.
Well, that helps Casper out a little bit. He's now got past Leroy. DRS is enabled, and Jake's not going to be getting any of it. He's too far behind our race leader. And Casper, will Gareth give him a hard time? He's got damage now as Gareth, so he's not going to have much in terms of front end downforce as we get towards turn 1. As Yuri, hello, up to P4. He's been listening to us. I think he's aware of what we're aware of. He's got a chance to win this race. And he will absolutely take it if it comes, as Casper
goes through.
Does get up there, but he's already 6.5 seconds away from Tony. So he's got to get moving. We're running out of laps.
Jake has closed the gap though. Yep, 8 laps to go, 9 laps to go here in Mexico.
What I will say,
still P3.
If Jake, by some miracle, can stay in DRS range, he is now, but he won't be able to close it. He'll lose it in the last. If he comes out the last corner and nicks DRS, since he's got a lot of that front wing missing, his top speed will be significantly higher than it would have been before. So
He's
I mean,
in the window, isn't he?
yeah. So if he actually does get DRS, he will fly down that straight. But it's about getting there. He's not there at the minute. So we'll see how he gets on. Yuri, he's not pulled away from Mike Helterborn. He's actually had quite a bad lap. And looks like Mike will be coming back past him. Johannes has Casper following him as well. And there's no DRS there for Johannes, so you'd expect Casper to get this move done. Yuri is staying ahead of Mike, and they will now have Casper to deal with. He's up into 6th place.
Yeah, Casper, he so badly wants a championship, doesn't he? But so does Tony Kirkpatrick, and the cards are starting to all fall his way. 1.6 the gap to Jake as Casper deals with Mike all over the road as he tries to find a way past Yuri Hazelager. Ben Shaw 3rd, Jake O'Sullivan 2nd, Tony P1, that's where he wants to be. Through the S's once again then, lap 29. Owen Wyatt.
I'm just enjoying watching Mike and Yuri sat in the top 5. I know Mike's just got a penalty, but it's just the fact that they're there on merit. It's just nice to see. We've seen it so few times, for goodness sake, this season, and it's a good blocking job as well here by Mike to keep Casper behind. This will be frustrating him even more as the laps are ticking down now, and unless we get a last ditch safety car, and off the track now goes Casper as well to make the overtake. That'll be a warning. Just keep it calm. If we get a late safety car here, you'll want to have no penalties, because then you can go in pits for new softs, and it'll be like what we saw in Monza again, where everyone's going to be going mad for it, and you want to be one of those drivers without the penalty. It's how we saw Bazen nearly qualify. It's how we saw Ben Shaw win the race. But here is the move for P4. Oh, that's a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but Casper's not going to make it stick. He didn't fancy it, and that's
on the limit.
It's on the limit, but I mean, he could have sent it. I get the feeling he would have been shown the grass again, but I mean...
Oh, absolutely. Have you met Yuri?
But he's now got the rest of the lap stuck behind him, and it looks like Yuri's had a power failure there, has he? Do you know what I mean? He should have got past. He should have got past.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, what are they doing? Slowing each other down.
What is
this? He's sitting there. He just wants...
I think he was trying to play a bit of DRS chicken there, just to try and stay behind for
What's Yuri in a rush for? Nothing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what now. Casper's going to be the one looking in his mirrors. As Ben Shaw, by the way, looking at making the pass on Jake O'Sullivan. That 4th championship is looking unlikely as it stands. He needs a safety car really on this lap to do, or for Tony to have an accident, really. Which has happened before. Baku this season, I think he crashed it quite early on from the lead, didn't he? So, mind you, this is very different to Baku, but yeah, the point is, the chance is always there. Casper did hold off Johannes and Yuri. And Robin still down in 11th, let's say. Yeah, it's pretty much its miracle moment now for most of these drivers. It looks to me like both of our sort of head picks for the championship, it looks like Tony is going to be getting his way.
Does that mean we might finally get one right?
Would make a change, wouldn't it? Would make a change.
It would.
And in fairness, he's done it by being clear. Although the ironic thing is that it was Jake crashing into the back of him that sort of made this so easy. That could easily have broken his rear wing, getting floor damage, diffuser, but it only damaged Jake. And that's the one bit of luck Tony's had there today. The rest of it, though, he's been very, very sort of composed, as we've seen. He's been driving absolutely as conservatively as he possibly could. He does not want to risk this for a single second. So as much as we go on and say this is just a league about, we're having a bit of fun, clearly he cares about it enough to be driving like a grandma for the championship, but it's getting him there. Elsewhere, Yuri and Mike and Risky and all the rest of these jokers are absolutely going mental. They're keeping the mental side of Jackocar perfectly alive. Wonder if we're going to see any
it's all
good
about.
dive bombs here. I mean, they've got nothing else left to lose this season either. They've got nothing to fight for. Let's see a bit of
Train for 5, all behind Yori. They're all sideways.
And that's what I'm saying. It's great. It's great to watch them, and they're the only action on track as well at the minute. Everyone else is sort of settled into their positions. But it's also worth saying, let's say, if anything goes wrong here, this is where the safety car gets generated from. I'd say we've got maybe 1 or 2 more laps for these guys to have an accident. and that would get us a safety car.
We would dearly love that, wouldn't we? Let's wish it into play. I mean, who have we got left that can cause one? Jamie Griffiths. He's always a good bet. Mike Kelterborn. He likes to bring out a safety car. I don't think Gareth will affect a speed championship.
It has to be said,
as it is at the moment.
Gareth does have a pit stop he has to take. Oh, he's going to take it now. Okay.
There you go.
Well, he was waiting for a safety car, but that tactic doesn't really work very well when you're already last. So, yeah, maybe one to work on for next season. But, yeah. Oh, they're all behaving themselves. This is no fun. Well, there's a bit of a moment. There you go.
Risky out of line.
That gives Leroy an opportunity. Sitting on the inside. Rescue, who again did such a good job helping Tony earlier on, now fighting for the minor places. And it's a good scrap, this, with Leroy holding strong on the inside. He may well show Sully the runoff area. And I think Sully knew that. He's been quite sensible there. Jimmy Griffiths behind. There's another slide, and this is what I was saying about these rear tyres. When they go, that's it. You're not getting them back, and so I think that's what's happened there to Sully. Oh my God! He nearly took Robin out. But that's
the same thing as me.
Yeah, but that's medium tyres burning out and being destroyed. So God knows what bloody Casper's look like as he's now getting chased. Oh, not Casper's, Jake's, as he's getting chased down by Casper. In fact, we can probably see on his steering wheel. Well, his rear left's at about 100. That's actually not too bad. But I think the wind damage is probably doing him more damage than anything else. Yori still looking in the mirrors. It's his own brother now this time. You'd expect them to fight for it, although this is probably the highest combined result they'll have had this season, so I wonder if that's occurred to either of them. But
you are correct. Yori sideways.
Jesus.
Where does Leroy go? To the left. And he should have him here, shouldn't he? Inside of turn 4, but Yori will fight this, as you say. Go on, give us a bit of side-by-side.
Oh,
boring.
What's
boring.
This? What was that?
This is not the Hazelager brothers I know.
Oh, dear. They're so mature. What's that all about?
I'll tell you what, Owen, wouldn't it be magical if Ben Shaw were to win the final race of the Jacko era?
Nah, not really.
He's got the gap. Oh, but he's so sideways.
Who?
Ben Shaw.
Yeah, but he's got to beat Tony.
Yeah, but would Tony let him win?
He got his win last week.
Tony's a nice guy.
I know, but he wants to win you want to win a championship by winning the race. What does Ben gain? Tony's got to also slow down by 8 seconds on the last lap. If you do that wrong, you'll end up in a bit of trouble with the game.
That's very true.
And again, he's been driving so conservatively. I think he just wants to get this across the line. I think he's just focusing on not spinning, getting everything right. He's just 2 laps away from a championship, and you're 2 laps away from retirement. Even though you're still going to be in the commentary box, so not really.
Retiring from doing not a lot, I think, is what you could say.
Yeah.
1.5 laps anyway. Tony Kirkpatrick through the S's. I'll tell you what, I'll wait till he crosses the line. I've got a couple things to say, then I'll let you close the door on the season through the stadium section for the ultimate time in season 12, and round the final corner. You know what's coming, folks. It won't be the last time you hear it. It's been the last time you hear it in this era. It's 1 lap to go, Mexico. Tony Kirkpatrick is on his way. 7 names have come before him in the Cup Series. Peter Knighton, Khalifa El Khalifa, Arnaud de Grief, Amy Wright, Ben Shaw, Kieran Spears, and Nico Sullivan. Tony looks like he could be adding an 8th name to the list of Cup Series champions on his way to race win number 6. 12 pole positions. What's he got? Nearly 200 led. He's getting up there with the big names. He's only had 2 seasons to do it, and he's certainly been very, very impressive in those 2 seasons that we have had the luxury of having Tony with us. He's beaten them all. Casper Klein, Robin Boulder, Jake O'Sullivan, and Corey Dalton. Tony on his way. The cards in hand. No one around him. And Owen Wyatt will bring us round for the final sector.
Well, I called him the dark horse earlier on in the season, and ever since I did that, he has hit the best form of the season, and he's very much become the favourite, and he's going to confirm that favouritism now as he comes around the final corner. He narrowly missed out on pole. We thought he'd have a challenge, but in the end, Tony Kirkpatrick has won by miles to take the Season 12 Jackocar Cup Series Championship. It will be Casper in second place. Will Jake be able to come across for third? He misses out by just a tenth of a second. I don't think he was aware of how many penalties Ben Shaw had, who closes his season out in third place. Johannes finally has a decent race. Taking laps on mediums, fair enough. I didn't know it was possible. So they both managed it. Leroy in sixth with Robin in seventh. It was a good result, but just not enough, sadly, for the championship. Jamie Griffiths in eighth, and that'll be overtaken now by Baza. So that'll be then Jamie Mike Kelterborn, who was off earlier, I think, or he's recovered to get a top 10. We've got some donuts as well, of course, the usual for the end of the season. Hopefully no one gets disqualified doing this, because we do like our donuts at the end of a season. Sadly, I don't get any outside views of this, but you know who's doing it. Gareth, Yuri and Risky. Obviously Gareth preparing to take the reins alongside Ben Shaw for next season, and celebrating in Mexico, which is something he's never had a chance to do before. And well, they could do this all day, really, couldn't they? They've got 1 minute 40 left to finish this off, and if their tyres weren't ruined already, they certainly are now. And I think yeah, oh, something at the wall there. You don't want to knock yourself out of the race doing this now.
It's lovely to see. Yori will
he?
Maybe make it to P11. Here comes Sullivan Lewis.
I'm expecting a bit of a T-bone. Yeah, there you go.
Sullivan will not finish the last race.
Oh, and we've got Gareth now crashing into the people who are lapping him, so I think that's a good sign to finish the race now. Please. Let this be over.
Gareth will pit.
Is he going to spin it into the pits? Right, that's not worked, has it?
He's not allowed.
Well, it's taken a while, but the Jacko era just never wanted to end, did it? It still hasn't. He's crossed the line, though. 6 years of
pure joy.
He's crossed the line, though.
Yes.
What's all that about? He's crossed the line. Oh, no. Oh, what's that? The race, there was a glitch in the lobby and we can't finish the race. Oh, sorry, we have to restart, do we? Because that car has finished the race, but it hasn't finished the race. Because he's still bloody going.
Should we give it 13 seconds and see what happens?
And he's gone and got himself a rear puncture as well, for good measure. And the crowd are very excited. They've seen something. Right. Well, looks like we're here for the long haul. Maybe those donuts messed about with the systems. There we go.
There we go. There we go. Well,
I'll tell you what, they will have been the 3 longest minutes of Tony Kirkpatrick's life.
Yeah, he's got to pass the stewards yet. Make sure he didn't do anything dodgy. I don't think he did.
I hope Jake doesn't report him for the wee knock. We were on board for it. He definitely did hit him. It wasn't on purpose, but he did hit him. And it wasn't a brake check, but I'm sure Jake will try and say it was. Or maybe not. We've said this before about Jake, and actually, in fairness, he's not as bitchy as we try to say he is. So, but we'll find out. As
I'm sure we will.
We look at the race results then. So Tony, he won the race. He won the championship. Deserved, I think it's pretty fair to say. Casper from the back of the grid to second. Ben Shaw from the qualibahn to the podium. Jake from pole to front wing damage to what could have been, which we rarely say about him on a championship night. So fair enough. You can't win them all. Johannes in 5th. What could have been for him, obviously. Leroy in 6th. Robin, decent showing in 7th. And where's Corey? Yeah, Corey ended up in 17th at the end, taking out Ben Harrett and possibly blowing one of his last chances at a championship. I mean, how many more chances are you going to get? I mean, how many races is he going to be banned for at the start of next season? He may find himself with quite an uphill battle if he bothers to come back, if he's allowed to come back. But yeah, it's none of our business, I suppose, is it? That might be one of the first jobs for our new owners to worry about.
Absolutely. I
Mind
mean,
you, they may not even be aware it happened.
My last act may be issuing a pardon to Corey as we go into a new era. It could all be forgotten about. A new year, a new era, a new Corey, perhaps, and maybe he wins in season 13. But tonight, Owen, it is the night of Tony Kirkpatrick, the 8th driver, to win the Cup Series title.
Right, well, have you got any closing thoughts then? Are you glad it's over?
You know what? The postseason there was a lot more exciting than the regular season, as it always is. I am very grateful that I do not have to do any more stats or any more admin ever again. Believe it or not, it's been a great run, but I can no longer give the league the love it deserves. And having seen some of the stuff that Ben and Gareth are going to bring in, there's a good future, providing there's a good commentary team here. That's me and you.
Well, this is it. I mean, are we being kept on? I've not actually asked it.
Who else is going to do it?
Oh shit! Yeah, no one else watches us apart from us.
Yeah. So other than that, they'll do a great job. But yeah, my time is very much served. I'm happy and content, and very much job done.
Do we know when season 13 starts, or are we going to basically leave our viewers guessing?
Sometime in January.
All right, okay, so it'll be a short break then, which is nice. We might even get 3 seasons on this game then. Maybe more. Who knows?
I think keep it to 2 a year, don't you?
Well, mate, if we're starting in January, I mean, unless we fancy a really, really long summer break, do you know what? We'll wait and see. It's not in our hands. It's in Ben Shaw's and Gareth Hall's hands, and so we will see what they come up with. You've seen their work before. You know what they do. From a viewer's point of view, fuck all's changing, right? Fuck all's changing. So that's actually what we take out of this. You're not going to even notice it. We'll be back in the commentary box. Nothing changes. Literally, this is just Jacko's life being made easier. So, yeah. That's it.
But I'm kind of a big deal, and my name is very much still above the door.
Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts for. I'm sure they might just paste their names on top.
Ben and Gareth Car.
Doesn't really have the same ring to it. Doesn't really have the same ring to it, does it? Yeah.
No.
Not that I'm feeding the ego or anything, but yeah.
No, they all laughed at me when I came up with that name, but there was no better options at the time, and look at what it's become.
Yeah.
The best league in all of esports.
Jack Gooding doesn't know what he's missing. Actually, he probably does. Actually, you probably know exactly how he feels now. I bet he's thrilled to be out of it. He is. I know he is.
I am as well.
Yeah.
Shan't lie.
Right, well, we'll close out there then. Right, well, cheers for watching this season. It's been a pretty good season. I've made all the races. I hope I'll make all of them next season. Maybe Jacko might do it as well. You never know, for once. But, yeah, in that case, we'll be back in January. So, yeah, take a few weeks for Christmas. And then, yeah, we will see you in 2026 for, just to say it quietly, year 7 of the league when we get to February. And, yeah. We'll see you for that. We're getting quite old soon. So, yeah, Tony, congratulations. Well-deserved championship. And, yeah, see you in January.